What is going on, everybody? You are back on another edition of Ballin Over Beers. I'm Justin Dupengeiser, and this is the NBA Top Shot Show. I'm joined by James Fitch tonight. AK Howe is missing in action once again.
Probably on vacation again.
The guy just doesn't want to work. Like, it's embarrassing that
He
this.
doesn't work.
What is he doing all the time? I don't even know what he's doing
I
sometimes.
don't know what he's doing back there.
I don't even know what he's doing back there. I don't know. He must be sick of us or something. He never wants to join us anymore. It's unreal, dude.
He's actually working very hard.
I know that's the unfortunate thing. He's actually working. He's actually working, not just hanging out with us talking about NBA Top Shot.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Just this is the casual Top Shot show for the casual fan. You're not going to see any super legendary hollows probably on this show, at least in the near future, unfortunately. So, if you're tuning in for that type of content, I don't know that you're going to get that from this show, but hey, you never know. Maybe someday.
There's like business casual, and like we're one step down from that. We're like casually casual.
Yeah, we're like Jeans Friday.
Yeah, dude, Jeans Friday. Everybody gets very excited about it, but it's kind of trashy. So that's like us.
There's always one person that takes it a step too far and like wears like holy jeans and
Yeah. Like, no, you can't do that. We're not that far yet.
Jokes aside, I mean, we're again we've been into this for over 2 months now, and I don't think you or I or AK plan on stopping anytime soon. I think we all are still very bullish on the site, and there was some news that came out today that I think backs that thought process up, right?
Oh yeah, dude, huge news, and it involves investors into NBA Top Shot, which is a very good thing because if you saw the list of names, they included Michael Jordan, Andre Iguodala, um, Ashton Kutcher's like financial firm or something like that. Like,
Totally random.
yeah, it's just random, but just like huge names that
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, like crazy. So I think that you see when you have names like that who are investing in the company, like to me, it only solidifies what was like my original thoughts. Like, hey, some pretty sharp people are doing this. Maybe I want to look into it and then get some good players in these series two moments and hold on to them, which I think just kind of reinforces what my strategy was. I went through my strategy a little bit in the last show and talked about, how I've been pretty much kind of just a hold guy for players that I thought that are talented players, in the series two. I couldn't afford a series one. Like we said, I'm not to that point. But I think that, seeing the name of investors, man, that gets you excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the valuation this round puts the company valuation at over I think it was $2.5 billion or close to that figure, which is it's very impressive. They're still in beta, so there's still a long way to go. You and I don't have the ability to withdraw yet. AK recently obtained the ability to do that.
Yeah.
You've had some concerning service issues lately that they thought they addressed. I don't. It's up to you if you really want to get into that or not. But I think we've all had our frustration with the site. I've been burned just by stupid mistakes by me. I think you've had more of like the service issues, and
I think the biggest thing with the service issues, I'll just kind of, understanding, like I'm from my end, I understand like the growth that they've had is just been insane, they're in beta. So there's a lot of issues going through. My thing is that the communications on some of the issues, and like mine was a money issue. So obviously that makes it a little bit more, when you have money disappear from your account, like you need to have like an explanation from it up front, like immediately, not like hounding people of like, what's going on here? Why is this happening?
yeah, and the timing of yours was weird too, because they had this thing. It was last week, right? Late last week, where they issued free money into people's accounts for unknown reasons at the time, and it turns out it was because of past due IT or support tickets. These people that got this free money deposited into their account had tickets that were long outstanding, and I think there are probably plenty more people that are deserving of that, including you. And so in one instance, you've got money being deposited in people's accounts, and then you've got money disappearing from yours. I think there's definitely reason to be concerned there, but
It was a little little eyebrow raising, a little bit like, hey, what's kind of going on here? And like they emailed me and sent this explanation to me, and I said that doesn't make any sense to me. I like, can I get some clarification on it? And I still haven't heard from them, which again, a little concerning. And again, I understand they're in beta, and I understand the growth. And like if you go to the website, Roham actually tweeted out either today or yesterday, I can't remember now. Time's just blurring together. But how they've had like $305 million in sales, and like because of that, they're just growing like an insane amount. And with that comes more jobs. Well, he posted the link to all the jobs, so I jumped on there and I was looking at like all the stuff. And I mean, they're hiring like they're like looking for like almost 20, it seemed like, people in like all different fields.
Are they all IT and support basically?
Yeah, basically it's like eight, I think it was like 8 engineers, and then there was like two fraud, two marketing, two like service like people, two like managers like that were lead managers or something like that. So I mean, just like a ton of jobs. So and I get that, and that I think that a lot of that is part of the growth that you go through when you're a new company and stuff. I don't think it's really changed my thought on thinking that this is a good product, and I think that there's obviously a future in it, and I think it's a solid investment with a lot of this stuff. Um, so I like that.
Yeah, it's early. Again, they're still in beta. There's a lot to flesh out. But I'm encouraged. I'm coming around to more of the acquire and hold, at least for the superstars. I pulled the Cool Cats pack that we opened last week, and I've sold all but I think one of those moments for a pretty decent profit. So moments like that, I'm gonna flip. I held the only one that I didn't sell was the James Harden, just because I think his value could. He's a star in the league, and just hoping that his value increases over time. So I think that's the only one that I held. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. And again, I made some mistakes early on about where I sold superstars at too low of a price, and I think I paid for that, and I've learned some lessons from that. So
Oh
my
yeah.
strategy now is to try to one, acquire packs and flip those for some money, but two, acquire some stars. And you brought up kind of series one. I didn't have any until last week. Last week I made my first series one purchase. I acquired a Chris Paul 3-pointer. It's out of like 2,800. Very quickly after I bought it, it went up like a couple $100, and that's kind of already back down. I think I'm still profiting on it, but he's the type of guy that I plan on holding. And I'd like to get more series one, but it's pricey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. Like, eventually, I would like to be able to purchase like a series one of something. I'm trying to sell a bunch of moments right now. So if you're looking to buy, go find my account if you want to go buy some moments. But I am the same way. Like, I want to be able to, and if I get it, acquire enough money, I'll definitely look into something. But speaking about packs, pre-order pack again. You got one, right?
I did, yeah. I was like 70,000 in the queue. So it took like 3 hours to get through to the point where I was able to buy, but I secured my pre-order pack, and am excited to get that. Looks like we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks. This is unfortunately the first Top Shot show where we haven't had a pack to rip. So sorry about that, guys. The influencer perks have run dry.
Never run dry. We need to start saving packs and not open three every time we get one. Or if we get three, hold at least one for our next show. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got I got, so it's pretty funny. So the pre-order pack came out, and the drop was for 3 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock, Pacific time or whatever. And I coach high school football, and our practice was at that time. So our practice starts at 3:30 or whatever, 3:15. And I got in line for the original drop, join the queue, whatever. And then I can't remember where I was in line. I was like 28,000. So I was pretty early for the amount of people that were in line. So I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll be able to sneak it in before practice or whatever. So jump in the queue, start it. By the time I get to practice, I'm like, there's no way. So and I don't tell the head coach, and I don't think he's watching this. So we had a little break when he was they're doing some specs and stuff, and I was waiting to start the next drill, and I kind of peeked at my phone to see where the line was because I just kept it open on my phone in my pocket. I looked at it and I'm like, oh shit, there's only 350. I think I'm gonna be able to buy it right now because it was moving. And then it goes to line paused. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I didn't get it then. So I had to go after practice. I rejoined the queue, and then I was like 176,000. So I waited all night, and I ended up laying right before I went to sleep. I was laying in bed, and I ended up getting it and buying it, that night. So I ended up getting one, but it took a little time
Yeah.
before I got there.
Yeah, it's scary to think about not getting one.
Yeah,
Luckily, they're keeping it open for 48 hours. So this was yesterday. Yesterday afternoon they announced that they were going to keep it open for 48 hours. So I think you had to have joined, or you have to join the queue or join the drop by, I want to say it's like 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon tomorrow.
yeah,
So if you haven't, jump in there and get it. I think they said they were going to provide an update around like April 7th or April 9th, something like that, just kind of with a status update on when everyone's getting their packs. My guess would be when they do that, they'll say that it's going to be by the end of that weekend. But that's just speculation. It's kind of in line with what they did with the first pre-order.
yeah. Not like the pre-order, but it was funny too because so I'm laying in bed with my wife and Ashley. She asked me, she's like, did you get a pack? And I was like, yeah, I got one. She's like, are we gonna open it now, or are you gonna wait for your stupid show again? And I was like, no, this one's a pre-order, so I won't even get it for at least a week or so. She's like, that's so dumb. I just want to open them.
My
So,
wife, yeah.
dude, I'm the same way though. I get so hyped with like opening, like getting the pack is the first thrill, right? The first sweat. Like, am I gonna get the pack? And then the second one is like opening it and seeing what you get. Like,
What's in there? Yeah.
that's mad fun.
My wife knows to ask if there's a pack drop or if I'm trying to get a pack, because I'm just like glued to my phone, not paying attention to her or our son. So
Yeah.
she's wised up to it.
Hey, there's a pack drop. Don't bother for me for the next 48 hours.
Accurate.
That's how it goes, buddy. That's how it goes. Um, LeBron challenge was announced. So I know both you and I we've kind of talked how we're not into many of the challenges. AK, unfortunately, he was going to come on. He was going to talk a little bit about that because he's actually only, I think, 4 moments away from completing that LeBron challenge to be able to get that, I think is what he said, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4. I think he said he needed. So I think he's going to do it. He's got some time. He did the Durant one, so he got his Durant yesterday. So yeah, it'll be awesome to see him complete that and see what cereal he pulls for that moment.
Yeah, that might be if he gets that. I don't know how that works if they just drop it and you see it right away, or if we could just do a revealing on the show. That'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
See what cereal gets. Um, what do you think that'll do to the price of like the seeing stars that you need for the LeBron challenge? Do you think a lot of people are already scooping those up, or
You mean right now? Like
yeah,
what?
because they just announced the LeBron challenge, but I think everybody was speculating that you were going to have to go
Well,
moments to.
I don't. They announced when they did a pack drop, there was like a little message in like the bottom of the screen, like while you're waiting, it said like this is what you're going to need. So like they technically already announced it. So
Yeah,
I don't even know if you can call it speculation. Like it came from them. They literally said like what you need to do. They didn't like post on social media or anything like that. But I think people have already known. I think the price has been baked in.
yeah.
I think maybe some of the pricing will go up a little bit, but I wouldn't expect there to be huge increases there.
No, me neither. Me neither. Unfortunately, as we sit on a Demontis Sabonis, that I would like to see increase a little bit and
Yeah.
kind of drop that, but it is what it is. Any other thoughts about what's going on in the NBA Top Shot world, the NFT world? Do you buy a horse yet in NFT world?
I haven't.
No.
No, I don't. I don't see myself expanding into many other things right now. It's kind of a slow burn for me. I mean, you guys were. I had introduced or mentioned Top Shot to you. I know you had heard of it, and AK hadn't heard of it, looked into it, and was immediately addicted. And I think you guys went and bought packs like right away, and it took me a little while to get into it.
Hmm.
So there's always kind of this slow burn effect for me. And usually I come in way too late and people have already gotten rich and made a lot of money. But
Yeah, that's how I felt about Bitcoin.
we've talked about it. AK's into the digital art. I'm not going to be doing any of that stuff. Top Shot for me is kind of I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I don't even know if I want to consider basketball NBA my lane, but I know enough again to
I was gonna
enjoy this.
say, the question is, have you watched an NBA game yet?
Have not yet watched an NBA game, but
Staying strong. I love it.
yes, yeah.
Legend, legend. In the NBA Top Shot space, doesn't watch NBA. To
I'm
be
not alone though. You know,
no,
it,
lots of people are the same as that.
we've talked about it being the perfect blend of like DFS and stocks and gambling and
Yeah, which clearly we can't get enough of. So
yeah, that's why we're here.
that's why we're here, man. I don't know. Any other thoughts on NBA Top Shot? We don't have any past trips, so that's kind of the latest and greatest right now. The pre-order pack, the investor news, the LeBron challenge, new purchase.
No,
Yeah, I know you were looking at potentially a new purchase. Did we talk about that?
no. So I've got I've got 196 dapper bucks just burning a hole in my pocket.
Dude,
So I'll show you what I'm looking at here.
you got to spend that.
So some options I was looking at would be this is the Zion Seeing Stars, I believe. Yeah. So this one's down to 138. I think at peak was up to like 500 or 600.
Wow.
So if you're a believer in kind of just stocking up on Zion, this is a decent one to look at. Um, I don't know, man. I have his 7,500, and that one's, I think that was just here. I forget. Yeah, it's right here. This was over $1,000 at peak late February. It's now down to 195. So that's another one I could look at. But I already have one of these. And Zion's weird. Like he's a big guy, but he's this is his second year, so you'd think that a guy like this would appreciate in value over time. It's just I guess in the short term, his moments have not really held their price. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
It's weird to me too because he is somebody that like he's been in the public eye for so long too. You'd think that people would like know him and like want to like buy him, right? Like we've seen him like dunking on dudes on the internet for since he was like 16, right? Or even
Yeah,
earlier. Like
yeah,
I feel like that would make him more popular than he is. Like I don't know if like maybe he's just doesn't help that he's with the Pelicans and they're not like a huge market, so he's not like seen like if he went to like the Knicks or like the Lakers or the Celtics or somebody like that, like maybe that helps him just being in a bigger market to just be seen more publicly, I guess. Or maybe he's got to win. Maybe he's got to win like a an MVP or a scoring title or something like that.
yeah. I mean, if there's like a you're not going to get like a double digit steal or anything like that. I was going to say if there's like a triple digit steal you can find for, I'll take a closer look in here and see if there's something I can find that makes sense. But that's an option I was looking at. Uh, this is the 7,500. So I already have AK. Is it AK or you? I think it's AK has one of these.
I have a Zion too.
Okay.
I think I can't remember now.
You have one of the 3,500 or 35,000s. I know that.
Yeah.
I was looking at this because it's a series one. And you can see him pulling down the board and scoring over LeBron there.
Mm.
So I think it's by association, you've got a LeBron moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
I think we all have some BAMs in our portfolio, and
Yeah.
I don't know. He's an exciting young player. He hasn't really done it for me yet. So this is one I looked at mostly just because it's a series one moment.
It is so funny too with the LeBron thing, like him just being in the shot. It's almost like maybe it's worth it.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of the guys talk. A lot of the guys we listen to always talk about that stuff, and you don't always like pay attention to it at first, but then when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, there he is. He's I've got a LeBron moment unofficially.
Unofficially, it's a LeBron moment.
This is the one eight. No, you have this one, I think, right?
Yeah, I have this one.
So I was looking at this one. It's got all the badges. He's a rookie, right?
Yep.
So this is one I was looking at. He was 13, pick 13. So he was the pick after Halliburton. I think Halliburton was 12.
Yeah, he was somebody that. So when I got him, I almost sold him right away, and then I looked him up, and I was like, oh, he's a rookie, so I'll keep him. And he was like, his moment was up to like this moment right here was up to like almost 450 or 550.
Yeah.
And then obviously with everything, more moments coming and stuff, it's gone down. But
So this, that's the decision. There's the Luca. I know you've got one of these. Like I was looking at this because the price finally came down, but it's
that's
out
a
of
sweet pass too.
yeah, it is.
That's a sweet pass.
It's out of 15,000, and I see Luca being a player that's going to hold value long term. This is the LeBron out of 35,000. This is a sick pass. I don't know if you've seen this moment.
I haven't.
He just like Brett Favre's it left-handed.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So this has gone up. This was up probably $100 at its peak from what I've seen, and it's down to 138. The only issue is it's out of 35,000. With that though, like series as the series go on, like 70,000 could then become the norm, and 35,000 looks really good. A guy like LeBron, it's going to hold its value. This moment, like I can't see it going crazy like 10 times your return, but I could see it doubling, maybe tripling. When um, he retires, or if he wins another MVP, stuff like that. I could see this going up. So
That is a sick pass. That's like off the bounce. He just wings it with his left hand.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's like like you said, the LeBron. I feel like anything LeBron is like just worth holding on to because he's just going to hold so much value.
yeah. And then I pulled up a CJ McCollum. This was his debut Top Shot, so you see the badge there, and it's a Series 1 too. So a couple Series 1s in here I was looking at. So this is the decision. Do I go Series 1 because Series 1s are going to be more valuable? Do I go with a rookie that's kind of risky? You don't really know if they're going to amount to anything. Do you go with a safe bet LeBron, but a high serial count where is it really going to increase all that much compared to like if you go with the Kira Lewis, like if he turns into a stud, like you got to steal on that one. So
Right.
these are the kind of the decisions I have to make. Like this Series 1, like I don't know what it's really going to do like long term. CJ McCollum's a pretty decent player, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I will say though too, like seeing the badges is pretty cool. Like I like that. I like that was a nice like added little addition because you can see the badges right away, and like it's just like an extra little thing. Like that's cool to see like the rookie, and it's like your debut moment and stuff. Like that's cool.
yeah, that's why I don't know, like of the ones I've shown you, what would you lean towards?
LeBron, just because he's LeBron. It's so hard to like, you know what I mean? It's just so hard to go away from him because, like,
Well,
even though it's like, it's the 35,000 moment, it's still like LeBron. I just feel like LeBrons are always going to hold value no matter what.
I might if I go the LeBron route, I might actually be able to also do. I'm trying to do math here. It's going to be tight, but I could scoop up one of these Halliburtons too. It's a 35,000. Just as like a might as well hold one of those too. And speaking of Halliburton, we're sitting on one of these bad boys.
All right. Pump the bags, baby.
This is down a bit. I mean, at peak, I saw it at 19. It's down to 1049.
Yeah. I looked at it the other day and it's down 150 from yesterday.
Yeah. And I was showing you guys or telling you guys earlier that Halliburton, I got bored and I was looking at his portfolio. He owns a couple of his own Rising Stars moments that he bought up. And there were some other ones too. So it's pretty cool to go in and like just see like his account here and just kind of flip through. Like you can see he's active. Like he's got all these cool cats.
That's crazy.
He's got a bunch of his, he's got some Zions. There's another one of his.
Halliburton, if you watching and you want to get on here, we'll sell you. We'll sell you our moment to you on the show.
Yeah, that'd be sick. He paid I think around $5,000 each for these two, and he went in and bought them himself. He has the number 2 out of the 35,000 that he paid like $4,000 for. Like a lot of these you go in and look, like he didn't even get them from pack. I'm sure he's gotten some of this stuff from packs, but he's like gone into the marketplace and like bought a bunch. You see more cool cats. He's got all the gifts, it looks like. So it's cool seeing like these NBA players
That's crazy.
just embrace this and get addicted to it. Harrison Barnes is like the latest guy that I've heard that I think he's actually teammates. He's on Sacramento now, I think.
Yeah, he is.
With Halliburton.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is wild to see these guys like going in and like, I don't know. That's cool.
Anything else you wanted to look at, or
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. We got hopefully by the time we do the show next time, we'll potentially, have a pack, or if we do one before then, obviously we could, talk about the latest and greatest like we always do, but
yeah?
you never
So
know.
they won't do any more of the common release ones. So this is release 24, the pre-order. So we know before then they won't do any more of the $9 packs. So I don't think they're gonna do any Cool Cats packs. So I don't know, like, what does that leave us? Are they gonna do any $1,000 packs? Are they gonna do more of the $200 versions? I don't know what else there is, I guess. We've seen 9, 14, 200, 230, and $1,000. So
Right. No, I don't think anything probably between now and the next time we'll be on, but definitely keep our eyes out. You never know what they will throw at you if they do some other challenge or something like that. So, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
no, just not the same. Not ripping packs, man. But we'll
Nah,
be back.
ribbon packs just gets me too hyped. We gotta. It's too much fun, but it was fun. It was a good show, informative. Just some thought processes about what we're talking about, what we text about all day long. Um, Fun to talk about them and kind of show where everybody is. So this is the stuff I like looking into, when I'm in my free time and checking out what everybody else is doing on Top Shot, trying to see what's going on, I guess, and
Yeah.
listen to the latest news.
The 2 months, 2+ months have gone by so quickly, and things have changed so much. It's crazy to think about just the future and
Oh yeah,
what's going to happen and other leagues that may come into it.
you got it, buddy. But for James, you can find him on Twitter, Fitchy24. You can find me on Twitter, Jade is 1617. Look for us on Twitter at Ballin Over. We have all of our shows, and we'll tweet stuff out on that. Make sure if you're on the YouTube channel over at Border Fuel, you're subscribing, you're liking the show. Leave your comment about what comment should they leave?
What should I buy?
Yeah, tell James what he should buy of those moments. That's a good one. That's a good one. Tell James what you should buy. I like that. I like that. So, but we appreciate everybody being here. You should go over to Border Fuel Sports, check them out, guys. Podcasts, a lot of stuff over there, articles, shows, all the good stuff. Stores open over there too. So buy some merch, balling over beers, t-shirts, and stuff like that. But we appreciate everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.